Why is there such a vested interest to try to keep you as a potential student from learning this? You ever ask that? Think about it. Because they don't want you doing what they can't do. It's available to them too. It's available. They could learn it the same way you're going through it. So why aren't they doing it? Because they can't trade. They're not responsible. They're not organized. They're not patient. They can't stick to a process. They can't stick to a model. They can't come to the conclusion of, this is all the moving parts I need. He has, referring to myself, ICT has all of these other things I could include, but this is what I found works in my own hands. It's one or two things, and I stick to that. You know what that is? That's maturity. That's refining it and making it yours. And that's what I mean by that. It doesn't mean every time I introduce something new, or if you haven't learned these other PD arrays, that you still have to work towards learning how to use them and then place them in your model too. That's not what this is, man. That's like saying whatever you use to get into a trade, whatever it is that you use to get into a trade, you're entering a specific candle. That candle marks the time that you entered the trade. Are you looking at every single candlestick with the same scrutiny after you enter the trade? You are if you are using my concepts, but everybody else, once you're in there, then you're just hoping and praying that it's going to move in your favor. That's all you're doing. But we're looking at every individual candlestick, its individual high, its individual low, where it opened in relationship to where it closed the previous candle, where that open is on the new candle in relationship to the previous candle's high or low, or its consequent encroachment, if it's a wick, or a mean threshold, if it's a solid candle. We're constantly getting feedback based on that perception. You can't argue and be honest, okay, and say that this stuff, you can't make the argument and say that this stuff doesn't work, because it does. I have the longest track record of using this stuff in front of all of you, telling you beforehand what it's going to do, and it does. It pans out. And you can't imagine the confidence that you'll get when you can do it yourself. It's like riding a bicycle. You're never going to forget it. It's always going to be available to you. And as long as the markets are available, what do you have to worry about? You could literally walk out there every single day, because on a small time frame, sub 1 minute, you can make your rent money. You can make your mortgage payment. You can make your car note. You can get your grocery money. You can pay for your vacation. You can buy that new toy. You can put your kids through college if you believe in that scam. All of those things are available because you'll have a cookie cutter and you walk out into those candlesticks. That's dough. That's money for the taking. That's what these candlesticks look like to me. Rolled out dough. Money. And I know where the low-hanging leaf on the money tree is hanging. And I just walk my ass over there and gingerly just reach over there and pluck that shit off. Tuck it in my wallet and look for the next one. Wait for the breeze to blow. And a leaf about to fall off shakes a little bit differently in the breeze. And that's all I'm looking for. A little bit of disturbance, a macro time. Where's that leaf I need to pluck off next? There it is. I'm not complicating shit. It's easy. So easy. But in the beginning, it doesn't feel like that. And I told you that. Because you have all these things that you want to bring into it. These convoluted ideas. This is what it should be like. I know how I should be taught. You should be teaching me why you didn't do this fair value gap when I'm teaching you now why that fair value gap is not useful. It's got to be on top of a gradient level. That's what makes these PD arrays work. If you don't have that, they don't fucking work. I got a sound bite. He says his PD arrays don't work. That they'll do shit like that, and people will read that and hear it and say, "Oh, look at that! By his own lips, he said it doesn't work."